I came to the very staggering realization. If I did not make some major changes in my life, I was going to be that frail elderly woman. So I have started making some major changes, and I thought I would share them with you. Okay, so some of these things I've been doing for like 3 months consistently. Some of these things I just started doing, and I'll let you know which ones they are. And I do want to say from the beginning, this video is being sponsored by Thrive Market, but more on that in a little bit. This is a change I made probably about a year ago. I used to always, first thing in the morning, have a full cup of coffee. I live for this. Now, I still have my coffee, love my coffee. But before I drink this, I drink a full glass of water. Here's the thing I don't do. I don't have iced coffee. That might help with the whole stomach thing. And I don't chug-a-lug it. I sip it. It takes me probably about 15-ish minutes to drink the whole cup. So maybe that will help if you're feeling sick when you drink water in the morning, because that's exactly how I used to be. As soon as my water is done, then I feel like I can go ahead, I make my breakfast, and I have my coffee. I think that this has made a difference in acid reflux. I used to get some of that because of the coffee was the first thing that hit my stomach. So the water helps with that. I have heard from, again, those experts that say when you wake up, you've had 6-ish to 8-ish hours of no hydration. You're dehydrated when you wake up. I do think it has helped me to keep hydrated throughout the day. Okay, one of the things that has changed dramatically, actually over the last couple years, but very much in the last 6 months, is my husband and I have been eating, I would say 80% of the time, whole foods. So whole foods is just one ingredient food. So if we have chicken that night, we have chicken. We might add spices to it, and we might even have a sauce maybe that we've made, like a marinade or something. So if we're doing something that does have multiple ingredients like a peanut butter, we're doing it where the only ingredients in it is dry roasted peanuts and salt. 2 ingredients we could technically put together ourselves and make. I'm not making peanut butter, but you know what I mean. Lots of fruits, lots of vegetables. Do we always buy organic? No. Would we like to get to that? Yes, but we are also budget conscious. I gotta say, it's a lot easier to shop for whole foods than when you've got all that processed packaged foods. We're not perfect, but we're trying to do better. Okay, as I said before, our goal is to eat whole foods 80% of the time. And what makes that very easy is Thrive Market. And I'm happy to say that they have partnered with me on this video because it makes it so much easier to be able to cook and to eat whole foods when you have a membership with Thrive Market. So their mission is to make healthy and sustainable living affordable and accessible to everybody. So let me show you what I got in my latest order. It wasn't a big order, but it was important because I needed a few key things. This is the Dr. Bronner's Magic Soap, and this is the Baby Unscented. I love this for cleaning my makeup brushes, and I love the baby one because it's unscented. Okay, this was a new product for me I thought I would try. This is a sourdough bread. It's organic, artisanal, bake-at-home bread. I still love to eat bread periodically. We don't eat a ton of it anymore, but when I do want to eat it, I want to eat healthier, and I know that sourdough is much healthier, and I am not a baker, so I'm not about to start making my own sourdough. So they make it easier, and the ingredients are amazing, all organic, so I'm excited to try this. I have said it so many times that I make my own non-grain granola, and one of the things that helps is coconut oil. The Thrive Market one is amazing because it's organic, it's inexpensive, and I get a huge amount for that money. I needed some ground chia seeds, so these go in my granola, and coconut, unsweetened coconut, it's just shredded. This gives me a little sweetness in my granola, but it's not a fake sweetness. I've been trying to eat way low carb, and one of the things I love to make is just cut up strawberries with a whipping cream on top. So I like to make my own with heavy cream. But when you do that, you need a confectionery sugar kind of thing to sweeten it. This is good because this is monk fruit, which is a very good, healthy alternative sweetener, and that's powdered. So it will dissolve really easy in the heavy cream. So this will make it so I have a lovely dessert that I didn't have to work that hard for. I wanted to try their coffee. I had heard that theirs was good. This is an organic French roast whole bean. It's a dark roast. I love to have whole bean. I also understand they have decaf whole bean. That's really hard to find. So I'm gonna my next order, I'm getting that one. Since I'm eating lower sugar or no sugar added and keto, I love that when you go onto the Thrive Market website, you can search for things that are specifically made for either a diet. If you want to do keto, if you wanted to do vegan, you can search on those. But if you keep going down, you will see more things. So you might want a no sugar or non-GMO, no added oil, something like that. Or you might want high protein foods to choose from. And you can do that with their website. I love that feature. And the good news is every order saves you money. This is how much I saved on this order alone. So to get started with Thrive Market, you can just go to this link that I have put in my description box below. This link will give you 30% off your first order. You're already saving on your order anyways, but then in addition, you get a 30% off and a free gift. And not only that, you get free shipping on any order that is over $49. So thank you to Thrive Market for sponsoring this portion of the video. All right, I need to get making my granola. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Taking supplements has probably been one of the hardest things for me to do consistently. But I do want to do that consistently, and I've started incorporating some habit stacking so that I will do this. One of those is just automatically taking it right after lunch. I put it just in one of these. I got this on Amazon. So it's big enough to hold all the ones I take. That's what I liked, and it was cheap. So you can find these anywhere, but I'll link the one that I use. And the key for me to remember to take this is literally before I start making my lunch, I get this thing out where I can see it because I don't like to leave it out all the time. This thing is out and I just dump out what I need to take that day and I put it on the counter and I just see it before I clean up for the rest of the afternoon. These are taken. Okay, besides supplements, there are two things that I take every morning with my coffee. One I've been taking for years. That's collagen. I know a lot of people take it because they think it helps with their, why would I talk and do lipstick? Okay, because they think it helps with their skin and their nails and things. I will be honest with you, I see no difference in my skin, hair, nails, no difference. But I do notice it in my joints because I do have arthritis. It has made a huge difference with my joints, just the general pain in my fingers. I just feel like it's more painful when I don't take it. And the one that I use is from Thrive Market. I don't even know how many bags of this I have purchased. It's economical, so I'm very happy about finding that collagen specifically. Now, there's something I have just started taking because I kept hearing from many different sources, nutritionists, doctors, I mean, so many, that women should be taking creatine. Now, creatine has been around for a long time for bodybuilders, but apparently it's really good for us as women because it helps with these things listed here. Now, that's what I keep hearing from the experts. But you all need to do your own research and figure out what would be good for you. This is what's been working for me so far. Now, have I noticed this massive difference? They say I'll have better clarity and less brain fog. I haven't seen a huge difference, but I think it's one of those things that it keeps building. So I will let you know if I see this massive difference. I can just open up a packet, put it in my coffee. I don't really have to think about it. Again, it's that habit stacking. I already put collagen in my coffee. I'll just add this and I don't notice any change to the consistency of my coffee or the taste. So for me, it's a win-win. I get the benefits and I don't really notice it going into my system. Okay, one of the biggest changes I have made in the past, I'd say 5 months, is walking almost daily, a minimum of 30 minutes. I'll be honest with you, walking was not my favorite thing to do. In fact, it actually kind of hurt, mainly because I have arthritis. I'm overweight. It's just not comfortable. The experts relatively agree. Do experts all ever agree? Walking daily is one of those mind-blowing hacks that has made all the difference for people as they age, because it helps your balance, cardiovascular, muscle strength, your outside. It helps with your sleep because of that whole circadian circadian rhythm. They say that taking a walk can help with depression, anxiety. It helps you just feel much better about yourself. And I would say I completely agree. Do I have all of those things? No, but I do agree that I feel better when I am walking regularly. I always put on a hat. I love this hat. I forgot who it's from, but I will link it below, or one just like it. It's got this thing in the back, so I can put my ponytail in it, and therefore I don't have the sun on my face, and I think it looks kind of cute. Okay, my 20-year-old self would probably not think I'm that cute. But my 58-year-old self thinks I'm very cute. And what's cuter than protecting my face from the sun? One of the things that I want to start doing, that I've done a couple times, but nothing consistent. I watched some Instagrammer. He is a doctor. He says, when you are walking, start out, do like 5 minutes, warm your body up. And then walk for about 3 minutes like you are late for a meeting, like you get your body moving fast. After the 3 minutes, walk like fast. Walk like you're walking on purpose, not meandering. And then do a 3 minutes slower. And then do another 3 minutes like you're late for a meeting, like a very important meeting. Y'all know how you would be. And I just like that visual. So that's something I definitely want to incorporate into my walking routine much more. It makes for a much better workout. And it's not very stressful on your body because you're just walking. Okay, they say that as you age, you lose your ability to grab yourself if you're about to fall. And that's when people break a hip, like they lose their balance and they fall and they can't grab themselves. I already have a bad balance because I have Meniere's disease, which is an inner ear disease. So I already struggle with that. So I heard from the experts that while you're brushing your teeth, you should stand on one foot throughout the entire process, which is harder than you think. Get your toothpaste on your toothbrush, stand on one and go at it. And it's harder than you think because you're moving. Now, I have an electric toothbrush, so it's easier because I'm just moving it around. If you're going back and forth like this on a traditional toothbrush, it might be a little bit harder, but that's good. Maybe it's better that you've got a traditional toothbrush. This is something that they call habit stacking. I already brush my teeth every morning, so I want to remember to balance on one foot. So I just balance on my foot while I'm already doing a habit. I've been doing this for about a month and I've already seen improvement on both sides. I mean, by the time I'm 90, I'll be able to do my hair and all my makeup standing on one foot. Okay, one thing I have heard from several different experts, again, those experts, if I want to be strong when I am older, I have to get my muscles strong now. And I should have started a while ago, but it's never too late to start. So a few months ago, I started going back to the gym. I have a Planet Fitness membership. And I decided I was going to start lifting weights, like heavy weights. By no stretch am I an expert, but I have been watching a lot of different fitness gurus that have been telling me that I need to start lifting heavy. So to the point of I can't lift that anymore. But I'm trying to be careful to not injure myself as well. I do think that getting an expert help would be beneficial, and I might go that route at some point. But at this point, what I am doing is going to the gym a minimum of 3 days a week. So I try to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And when I go, I try to do just a full body, and then I try to do 30 minutes of cardio. Either I'm walking on the treadmill or I come home and I walk outside. I might go get a bike ride in. Do I notice the difference in my weight? No, I do not. Am I perfect? No, I am not. But I'm trying to not focus on the losing weight. I am trying to focus on being a healthier version of me. It definitely makes me feel stronger and healthier. I'm surprised how much this has changed how I feel about myself. Even though I don't necessarily see the difference so far, I do feel the difference. So it's absolutely worth it. Find a form of exercise that you actually like to do and then do that with your favorite people. Back in 2020, we started bike riding again, and we have not stopped since. So my husband and I ride quite a bit. One of my best friends, my friend Kari, she and I started riding quite a bit a few years ago, and we've been riding ever since. We actually now have another YouTube channel where we go to different trails and review them and say, everything about that trail. I will link it below. It is one of my most favorite things to do. Pickleball, walking, swimming, hiking. Find it and do it with your favorite people. It will not seem like exercise if you love doing it and you're with people you love. I think it's one of the absolute best things I have ever added into my life. Okay, here's something that's relatively hard to do. At least it is for me. And that is to stop eating after dinner. Now, I make sure I have a very nutrient-dense dinner. So a lot of proteins, vegetables, fiber. I get the things that I should have. And then I think to myself while I'm eating, Bobby, you're done. That when you're done eating, your meal is done. It's hard sometimes, I will admit, because my husband is an evening snacker. He loves to have ice cream at night or some kind of dessert. So I just have tried to just put that out of my mind. I know some of you are going to think, well, he should support you and not eat after dinner. But you know what? His life is his life too, and it's not fair for me to make him feel like he has to change everything for me. Am I perfect? No. It helps me to sleep better, and remember that acid reflux. Sometimes if I eat late, I'll get that acid reflux. So I know I'm just not going to feel good. So it has been a big change for me that this room, this kitchen is off limits after dinner. Now, another thing I have heard from the experts, I need to be incorporating exercise and some strength training throughout my day. So maybe it's just not enough to just go to the gym 3 days a week. Maybe I need to start doing more throughout my day. So 2 things that I have started doing, and you might see it right here. This is a rebounder that I purchased. I will go on the rebounder 3 or 4 times throughout my day, especially if I have been sitting for too long. So what I'll do is I'll set my timer for like 3 minutes. Not very long. It's very easy to incorporate that into my day-to-day. And what it does is it drains the lymphatics in your body. It gets my heart rate going up a little bit. I've moved my body a little bit. By no means is this a full body. This is going to be all you need to do for your exercises. Wear a very supportive bra, just saying. But this does help me to not just sit unending amount of time. And yes, it does help to talk yourself through it and sing, and not sure what it is I'm doing here, but yeah, it helps. I will link it below. I really like this one. I feel safe because it has the bar attached to it, and it's actually kind of fun. So along with the rebounder, another thing is squats, which I will just be honest with you, I hate them. But if I can break them up into smaller increments, in other words, 10 squats a few times throughout my day, I am so much more likely to do them. You could set a timer. I just kind of periodically go, oh yeah, I have not moved in a while. And I might go and jump on the rebounder for like 3 minutes. And then I will go and do 10 squats. And I try to do these at least 5 times throughout the day. So that means 50 squats. If I were to tell myself, Bobby, you now need to stand up and go do 50 squats, I will just be honest with you, I wouldn't do it. 10 is such an attainable number. I don't feel like, oh, it's such a burden. Now you could set a timer again. So if you don't think you'll remember, do it every 2 hours throughout your day or every hour or whatever. But it just gets something else in my day to be able to move my body. And you can do that while you're at work as well. I will fill you guys in as I go throughout doing all these habits, and especially the ones that I am incorporating that are relatively new. Thank you so much, Thrive Market, for sponsoring this video. Please check out the link below and get your 30% off and your free gift. If you want to see my granola recipe, I'm going to go ahead and link my latest video where it has it in there. I've done it a couple times, but this one shows you all the different amounts of things, because most of the time I just throw things in, but this time I actually measured. So I'll put that video here. I'll see you in that one or another one. God bless.